Hi, Mark here. It is Wednesday, March the 18th, 9:46 a.m. Eastern. And let's have a look how the US dollar is performing. Fighting back today after Monday, Tuesday, we saw the sell-off. Early this morning, the sell-off looked like it was continuing going into the US session, but certainly fighting its way back now. I've got support at 99.20. I've got resistance at 99.73. We'll see whether this does continue as the US session picks up steam now, and if buyers' demand for US dollar sees the resistance being tested, perhaps higher, or if we get a return back to dollar weakness like we saw Monday, Tuesday, and sellers do step in of this area and look back down to the 99.20 support level. Let's have a look at the majors, starting with the euro against the US. There you see the red candlestick that's selling euro by US. US fighting back after 2 days of giving up gains against the euro. I've got resistance at 115.57. I've got support at 114.91. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see the US dollar fighting back, selling euro by US, sellers looking down at below 115 at the 114.91. We'll see if that can be maintained or if US dollar weakness continues, euro fights back, we'll be looking up at the resistance level. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. Also, last 2 days, we've seen pound fighting again, back against the US dollar weakness, US fighting back, just like we saw on the index and on the euro. I've got resistance at 133.76. I've got support right now at 133.04. We'll see if sellers continue to test this support level, selling pound by US. Alternatively, a continuation of dollar weakness if buyers do bounce back up and look above 133 at the 133.76 resistance level. US dollar against the yen. And here you see a strong fight back by the US. Support 158.52, and I've got resistance at 159.50, very close to the 159.73 resistance from the end of last week. So US dollar fighting back strong against the yen. We'll watch that through the course of the US session. US dollar against the Canadian. Bank of Canada just left rates unchanged as expected. That was just a few minutes ago. US dollar strengthening against the Canadian. I've got support at 136.87. I've got resistance 137.22. Very tough level to break through. You can see all through this year from February, buyers getting held up at this resistance level. We'll see if this level can be broken to the upside, and if demand for US dollar takes this uptrend further, or if we're going to get a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar and sellers look to bounce down off this level. Bear in mind at 2 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Fed interest rate decision expected to keep rates on hold, same as we saw with Bank of Canada. But of course, it's the accompanying statement that we will learn more, and the markets could very well react to the outcome of the statements and the Q&A which follows the interest rate decision. Good trading, and I'll see you at the end of day.